We're not in sync. I didn't know how long we were going to go.
You were going to keep going, though. It was going to keep going.
Oh, you were going to go. God, I fucked that up.
I was being the left hand while you were being the right.
I'm really not a good harmonizer. I don't know what, like...
You think I am?
No. Like, I can't when I hear someone doing something different than what I'm doing, I want to copy what they're doing.
I don't even understand what harmonize means. Like, I don't understand.
In my head, it means like, all right, so I'm going to sing row, row, row your boat, okay? And then when I get to
sing
boat,
row, row, row your boat.
When I get to boat, then you start singing row, row, okay? Ready?
Am I trying to harmonize?
Yeah, ready?
Okay.
Row, row, row your boat gently.
Wait, at boat or after boat?
At boat. Ready?
Okay.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
Gently down the stream. This isn't harmonizing. This is just singing at different parts of the song.
Is that not a harmonize?
Okay, now you sing row, row your boat. Ready? It's like
row, row.
That's what it is.
Is that harmonizing? Oh, I've been living a lie.
Dumb bitch.
I'm like, I can harmonize row, row, row your boat.
Speaking of harmonize, just like singing in general, harmony. I'm gonna try and transition by saying that Pod, not this podcast, Pod from Game of Thrones can fucking get it.
Yeah.
And in the episode prior to the episode we're doing, he sings Jenny of Oldstone, and it's fucking incredible. Did you rewatch?
No.
Do you know
I told you I couldn't because I knew I would talk about it and mix up
right.
episodes.
Oh my God. But like Game of Thrones isn't one of those like I know people just like die for Jon Snow, but there's not anyone on Game of Thrones where I'm like, wow, I'm obsessed with this person. But Pod might be it. Pod is the one I'm trying to kiss.
Really?
Yeah. Who are you trying to kiss?
I just told Kathleen. Hold on. I have Google up right now of the cast names because I can't remember anyone's names. I've just been not watching Game of Thrones for a very long time. Daenerys's like soldier guy.
Jesus. Which love interest? Danny and Jorah never hook up, but is that
no?
Okay, so
is
Stephen
Jorah?
Crane or the dead guy from Flight Attendant is her love interest in the Miss Sandy's guy?
Yes. The soldier.
Worm. No, his name is not Worm, but it's Worm something. Wormer. You got to cut all this out. We sound like fucking idiots.
We've never seen the show.
Grey Worm. Jesus.
Grey Worm. That's it.
Okay, what are you talking about? Danny's fucking love interest.
No, I meant. Did I say that?
Yeah, you're like.
No, I said her. Didn't I say Danny's like person?
Danny's soldier.
Yeah, you said Danny Soldier.
I mean, the soldier.
Which is what Danny Soldier to me means who is like...
No, I thought that he was like the head honcho of her army. Isn't he not?
The Unsullied. Grey Worm is the lead of the Unsullied and who is Miss Sandy's boyfriend, if you could call it.
Yeah,
Grey Worm gets decapitated? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, boy, does she.
Oh, and that's when she goes crazy.
Yeah, she Dracarys the whole town.
Dracarys. Ooh, hot. I want to just say that all the time.
Okay, what did you pick, Jewel?
We're talking Game of Thrones, baby. Winter's here.
Winter's fucking here, and we're going to do something a little different this episode. We're going to go through the episode.
Which has never actually happened, so I'll be so surprised if we do this successfully.
This is Julie's first diva pick. Because it was like an hour and 25 minutes.
But it was worth it.
Oh, it's worth it. It's so worth it that I watched. We're not going to trash season 8 like most people do on this pod. We've already had an episode earlier. If you want to hear us trash it with Brooke, go listen to that one. It was season 7 episode something.
I couldn't even remember.
No, season 6 episode 10 I think we did. Either way, we're not going to trash it. We're going to enjoy it because fucking fool me once. This cannot let me down a second time. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me.
And again, I was never let down by season 8 because I binged the entire series right before season 8. So I had no way, shape, or form to be let down, unlike the real fans that watched it all the way through. We're talking Game of Thrones season 8, episode 3, The Long Night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and it is
AKA the Battle of Winterfell. I thought it was called, I'm stupid. I kept calling it the Battle of Winterfell.
Like, what?
No, you're right. You're right.
And it is a long night.
Is the Battle of the Bastards called Battle of the Bastards, or is that just like Red Wedding, like all those like...
Oh, that's another good one. Red Wedding is a fucking really good one.
Battle of the Bastards is an interesting... I mean, it's exactly what it is, but it's funny that they actually named it that. Okay, yeah, so The Long Night.
The Long Night.
What? Just like pure joy of having everyone we love in the same place.
Truly. And I remember when I started season 8, like I swore that this episode would be the season finale. And I think like maybe everyone else did.
Well, it was always what comes first? Defeating Cersei or defeating the Night King?
True. I always forget that Cersei's still...
Right. I mean, there's 3 different things, and we've talked, me and my other podcasts have talked about this. It's like Dany's meltdown they had to cover.
Yep.
Killing Cersei and the Night King could have had 3 separate seasons themselves. Like they scrammed it all in 6 episodes, and it's like, okay, let's just fucking go. But that's fine. And they ended up, I cannot believe that the culmination of the Night King ended like this. Epic episode, but like in the third, I thought that was going to be the big bad, the end game big bad.
That's what I'm saying. That I thought that like, so I think I said this on the last podcast, but when we did Game of Thrones, we did like a like fantasy, I guess, for Game of Thrones, and like
a kill fantasy, a death
pool, I guess it would be considered. And I ended with 0 points. Like I was in the negative for a very long time.
Yeah,
and then I ended with 0. I swore that Bran was the Night King.
Put your phone down. I'm doing a quiz.
Oh, I was like, it's my notes.
5 people died in this episode. Name them. 5 named characters.
This is fucked up because I don't know the names.
Come on, you got
Lady Mormont.
What's her first name?
Liana.
Liana.
Mm.
Danny's daddy issues. What I was just talking about.
Why are you doing this?
Because I wanted to see. I wish you would quiz me on something.
Oh my god! Tables turned. Who died? Close your laptop.
Okay, I'll do it in
right back
because I don't want to like close my laptop. The first one who dies is Ed, who like dies trying to help Sam, and then
fucking Sam.
So
dude.
Lyanna dies, Jorah dies, Ed, Beric Dondarrion, and then Theon.
The thing that I was telling Kathleen before we started recording is, I haven't watched Game of Thrones in so long that I literally can't remember anybody's name besides the main people like Arya, Sansa. So I had to like WebMD a list.
WebMD?
That's not what I meant.
Their names do sound like illnesses sometimes.
Wait, I'm dead. I am TV.
Jesus Christ. We're up to a crazy start.
That's what I meant. But the problem is there's so many different cast members just because it's giving me everything. So I'm like scrolling forever trying to find the names of people.
The only name I couldn't remember and I had to Google was Ed's name. Like it's like EDD. I don't know that I ever knew his name, but I knew his face enough, and I knew him as a named character, and that was sad because Sam watched him just get like killed. But okay, we're gonna go in order. Let's start it off. Okay. So the name of the game here is basically protect Bran at all costs, and we learn now that Bran is indeed not the Night King.
Oh yeah, he's not. And if you're listening to this right now, just stop because we're about to ruin everything.
Bran isn't the Night King.
If you didn't watch this, we're ruining the entire show for you. So stop listening right now.
This is literally a horror film. Like the way that this is directed is so well done, and having everyone we love standing in the front lines waiting with this like eerie music.
The music in this episode is so fucking good.
Yeah. Say what you will about season 8, but the suspense build in this episode is I can remember jaw on the floor the first time watching this. I couldn't breathe like for an hour.
I felt like that
minutes.
when I rewatched it. I had like chills all over my entire body.
Yeah.
So the opening scene is all of them like lining up, getting ready to like. They think they have a chance, if we're being honest.
I know. I mean, they're gearing up for literally the war of their lives.
Absolutely. And like I love in this episode like how they are always like zoomed in on the people, but then slowly zoom out and like you see how many people are, and it's like all the different groups of like soldiers and where they, they're all over all the fucking different groups. They all come together. You just love to see it. And it's just like, fuck, it's about to go down.
So Melisandre rolls up and lights up everyone's swords, right?
Yes.
Epic.
Hot.
But it's also like, hey, if you didn't know how many of us there were before, now you know. It's a big like attack here sign. Like here they are. This lines the entire property of where you need to attack walkers.
Exactly. That's a good call.
When they attack, it's really intense. Then when the lights go out, you're like, fucker.
Yeah.
And then like one by one watching the like I can remember watching this the first time and being like, wait, what's happening? Like, is this the walkers running towards them?
Well, and the other thing is this episode is like physically so dark because it's nighttime.
Yes.
So like you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I know the very first time I saw this when it was like live, I was laying in bed watching it on my iPad. So like all I could see was my own reflection in the screen. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I know.
It's just crazy. But that like totally agree with you. When you see all this like fires on their swords go out, you're just like, fuck.
You have to watch this in pitch black, which is a shame because they spent 11 weeks shooting this episode and
crazy.
Like literal miserable conditions for everyone involved. And it is an epic feat of an episode, but it's really hard to see. Like all the little details they went to are pretty much like you can't even tell because I don't even know, God, how many people they had to have on set. I know that there is a figure, but damn. Just to like, I don't know if we said this on the last episode, but there's a special where you would think like it's going to be more cast members, but it's really not. It's like behind the scenes and the show writers, whatever. But there's a lot of extras that are on it. The extras literally like pick sides. So like I'm a Stark extra, like, and they do not like the like Lannister extras. Like they are that intense that they truly have like formed alliances within the extras. And it's like, dude, this is a TV show.
Yeah, it's not real.
It's like really dorky, like what I would assume cosplay like or like LARPing would be, like very, very intense. I was like very bored during that extras episode, but it's pretty funny.
I think it is funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny, but I was like, oh, I thought the actors were going to be talking on this.
Would you be a Stark if you had to pick?
Lannister would probably be more interesting, only because it's like in a better location and in the summer and not like in the dead of winter and the freezing snow.
Winterfell. Yeah.
Winterfell. It sure did.
I do ride for the Starks though. I mean, I can't lie. I hate the cold, but
yeah,
I love them.
Okay.
Anyways.
So everyone back at home base looks scared to death because one by one, everyone's coming and they're like, fuck, abort. And then the Whites just rip through the fucking front line.
And a part of like you asking me who dies, it's pretty hard to figure out who the fuck is dying. You don't know if a soldier that's on the good side is dying or if it's a White Walker dying. You have no, like, it's crazy because exactly like Kathleen said, you can't see shit. You're like, what is happening?
Well, one, I was shocked by Jorah being on the very, very front line. Like, just horse straight into fucking White Walkers. It's like, okay. I mean, Jorah is like the
leader
for
of the pack.
people that so everyone did like death pools and they barely killed anybody of substance when it really mattered. It's like, give someone like there were some epic deaths in here, but like you said, you don't know who's dying. They had to keep reminding you like, oh, this person's alive. Like, oh, we'll show the Hound. Oh, we'll show Jaime and Brienne. Like they kept having to remind you like, oh shit, they're there too. Like, it's wild. So this is when Dany comes flying in. So Dany was supposed to chill. That was the plan. Chill until the Night King comes out. Like we want him to draw him out, etc. And Dany watching pretty much the Dothraki just getting fucked up and like her people out. She's like, I gotta ride for my people,
and she does, like, as a watcher, she comes out of nowhere where you're like, fuck yeah.
Yes, but it's also like you're absolutely breathing fire on everybody. Like, I don't know,
you're not only hitting the White Walkers.
Dead people, alive people that are now dead. Everyone's dead, and it's like, okay, sis.
I know.
And then when the dragons get stuck in like the icy air, I'm like, they're so fucked. Like, what does Jon know about riding the fucking dragon? Oh my god, they're
hitting trees. You're just like, what is happening? Yeah. But I don't know. The episode's an hour long, right? Hour 5 minutes.
20 almost.
Oh, whoo.
Well, it's an hour. It's like an hour and 32 minutes, but like 12 minutes are just extras.
Gotcha.
So I think it's like an hour and 20.
So like 45 minutes of the episode is the war of them fighting. Would you say?
I would more than that.
50, 60.
I don't know. I have no idea. What do you mean, like specific like conversations between Tyrion and Sansa?
Well, because I was gonna.
What are you considering not the war?
No. Like the whole time.
I would say an hour and 20 minutes is the war.
Like people killing, people dying,
children hurt.
That's what the song that should have played in this episode.
You know what was good? The episode prior.
See, this is why I couldn't watch.
Was an amazing Gilly moment. Sir Davos is handing out like food to all the people, and it sucks because everyone has to be warriors and they don't want to be warriors, and this little girl like walks up and she's like, what side should I be on, like all cute, and he's like, well, what side do you want to be on? And she says, well, both my brothers are fighters, I want to fight too. And then Gilly overhears it and walks up and she says something like me and my son are going to be in the crypts, like it would really make me feel more comfortable if you were down there to protect us, because that's where all the children go anyway. And Gilly, like, tears in the chat, like just tears down my face. I'm like, we must protect this little bitch at all costs.
Yeah,
I don't know why that reminded me of that. Children hurt and hear them crying.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. That triggered it. Yep. No, because what I was going to get, like, I don't want to skip over anything, but what I was going to get to is, so you have everyone fighting. You got fucking Jon and Daenerys just lost in the fucking winter wonderland.
Lost in the sauce,
and
baby.
then, boom, here comes the king, White Walker.
Does he?
Yeah, on the dragon, right?
I don't know if that's yet.
Is it not?
I don't think
That's
so.
my next note. Maybe I was so entranced in the episode that I was just like,
I don't really have him for a long time.
oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
So the next scene I have is Arya gives, I just love this, Arya gives Sansa the knife because Sansa's about to head down to the crypt. And she's like, I don't know how to use this. Yeah, like stick her with the pointy end, which is what Jon tells Arya in the second episode of the series when he gives her needle. Fucking love that. In the episode prior, Jon's like, have you ever used it? About needle, because they're finally reunited. She's like, once or twice. One of my favorite scenes is when she just slips the needle in the guy in like the tavern. She's killing him. She just like sticks it in his throat and he's just like gurgling, and then she slowly pulls it out. It's so lit.
Is Arya Stark.
She's my favorite character.
She's incredible.
Who's your favorite character?
I would say her, but Sansa grew on me a lot towards the end. Like, she sucks. Sansa sucks, and I ride for Sophie Turner, but Sansa sucks from season like 1 to 5.
I mean,
maybe 1 to 4.
Rightfully so. Not in the beginning. In the beginning, she just sucks. She's a kid. She's a stupid kid. But once all the bad stuff starts happening, like, it's not her fault. It's really not. That's why it really makes these Sansa and Tyrion scenes hit this episode, because they really do like have respect for each other, and Sansa says to Tyrion, like, you were the best of them, and he's like, that's scary. What a terrifying thought.
But it's true.
Yeah,
she went through some shit.
Yeah, Tyrion wanted to be in the battle, and Dany was pretty much like, fucking no, dude. Like, I need you for your brain. Like, you're literally just gonna die. I'd rather throw you in the crypt and like use your brain. You're good for your brain. That sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's like he wants to fight.
He wants to fight, yeah.
It's like Theon coming home to fight for the Starks instead of going with his sister. You better stop.
Theon.
That's a good... Theon.
Celine
What do you
Theon.
have to say? What do you have to say?
Just heroic this episode. Bravo.
He, like an Olympic pole vaulter, pulls right into the fucking Night King's sword. Like, he's like, I might as well just pole vault right into the sword. The Night King didn't even have to move.
He is like what I would look like if I was getting murdered.
It's just like a big old pussy.
Yeah, just like going to spray someone with pepper spray and spraying myself. Like, that's me.
Yeah, Theon's the worst, but also he got for seasons on end. So Ramsay did him dirty, absolutely dirty. Anyway,
Absolutely.
He had his we'll get to it.
Yeah.
He had his final heroic redemption move. It stalled the Night King just enough, I guess. We can give him that.
Yeah.
We can give Theon that. Anyway, these White Walkers are fucking fast. Like, the Walking Dead walkers could never.
I felt like watching this, I was like playing Call of Duty.
I've never played, but yeah, maybe.
Like the zombies game. It's like they're just coming at you nonstop. You like think you're doing good, and then they're just like all over the screen.
I mean, okay, I was gonna jump ahead again. Let's get back on track. Let's see. I just have fighting is happening.
I don't have anything to say right now because I jumped the gun.
Okay. So I have fighting is happening. It's true.
It's true.
It's really true. I'm saying who can tell who is who. Like, I always think this in every battle scene I've ever seen. It's like, how do you know who you're swinging at? Like, who the fuck are you swinging at? It's just like chaos all around you. But this is where Sam Tarly gets like knocked down and Ed comes to help him up. But like, Sam's having himself a moment. He's flat on his back on the ground just being like, shit. Like, pure silence.
Yeah, Sam got me worked up this episode. I'm just like, Sam, go the fuck down that basement with everybody else.
Sam giving Jorah his sword, the family sword. First of all, Danny having to tell Sam that his dad and brother, like Danny just ate them alive basically. But like she was going to like be like, thanks Sam, and then had to tell. She has no fans in fucking Winterfell. None. Sansa ain't having shit.
Oh my God.
Like no, and then even Sam's like, it's a pleasure, like queen, like whatever, like being nice, and then he had to like suck it up and be like, it's okay when she's like, your dad and brother are dead. Sorry. So him giving Jorah the sword, because of course Jorah's dad was the head guy at Castle Black. I don't know that Jorah should just like have a new sword right before battle. It's like if I'm in a softball game,
I'm not gonna say that.
If I'm in a softball game, I'm not just gonna like have someone hand me a brand new bat right before I'm about to go up to bat. It's like I've never swung this in my life. How am I gonna get my swing down if I've never swung this bat in my life?
Softball bats are very important.
They really are.
No, I'm being serious.
I am being fucking serious. Like, softball is life.
I played years ago, and let me just tell you, you don't want to forget your bat.
You don't want to forget your bat, because then you're using someone else's bat.
And that's just not
And
good.
as a short person, everyone's bat is too long for me. Anyway, so this is our first death. R.I.P. Ed, you saved our boy. Prophecy fulfilled. Sorry.
Not ours. Yours.
Sam's not your boy?
Nah.
I love Sam.
I mean, he's nice.
He plays a huge part.
Sure.
Also, John is stupid. Like, speaking of his large part, which is telling John, like, finding the. I mean, Bran. I guess Bran would have told him anyway, but Sam knew about John's true like birth parents or whatever. Wow, I have no idea where I was going with that.
I forgot.
Oh, why would John tell Danny right before battle? Like, let's have a little tiff. Let's have like a lover's quarrel right before the biggest war of our life. Like, wait until you survive it, because then you don't, like, at least you can kiss beforehand. They didn't even kiss. They could have both died. He kills her anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Spoiler alert.
It doesn't
he kills
matter.
her anyway. Okay, so Sansa goes down to the crypt just for safety, but the look on her face worries everyone to death. Like, Tyrion looks at her and is just like, fuck, we're done.
We're doomed.
I don't know.
I do give it to her. She didn't want to, she wanted to, but she also was like, I can't go down there and not stand before my people. And Arya was like, get the fuck down there.
Yeah.
Like,
too true. Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? Was like basically what she said.
I was watching Arya and I was just like, she's so different than me, because John asked her if he's ever killed anybody. Like, Davos, there's a part where Arya's just fucking people up with the new weapon that her beau, Gendry, had made for her right before she lost her virginity to him. And Davos looks at her and is like, yo. Like, so many people are surprised by how good she is, and I understand that it's to her advantage to, like, keep that a secret. Like, people need to underestimate her. That's kind of her biggest thing. Yep. But I'd be like, no, I can fuck you up. Let's go. Like, get over here. I'll fight you. Like, I'm such a cocky bitch that I could never be Arya. Like, I would need people to know how good I am.
Yeah. I mean, well, now they know, being that, you know, when we get to the ending. But I think that it was good because it was like, even just as a watcher, because like you see her grow so much throughout the entire series, and she's always been a badass since she was a little kid. Like, she wanted to do all the stuff that like the boys were doing. She wanted to fight. Like, isn't she I think in the beginning, like, she's watching like Bran and he keeps missing the target, and she's just like, joke. Like, she's just like too cool. But so I think like the way that the series ends, like with her, it's just like the perfect growth success story. Like, she is a fucking queen, and she was so tight with her dad. Yeah, she went through it.
R.I.P. Ned.
R.I.P. Ned. Remember my reaction when Ned died? Whew, did I love Ned.
I think the only letdown with Arya in the end was just that changing the faces didn't really mean anything in the end. Like, it's a cool thing she can do. And I mean, the phrase, I mean, people,
when she kills the guy that killed her brother,
the phrase, yeah, at the Red Wedding, you're saying, but no, that's like the opener of season 7. So like, it hadn't been used since then. And people were predicting that she was gonna like kill Jaime, take his face, and then kill Cersei with Jaime's face, like something like really epic. And
nothing really
because
happened.
Arya wanted to kill Cersei. But
I think
epic fan service would be Jaime killing Cersei. So this is like a 2-for-1. Like, Cersei thinking it's Jaime is one, and then it's actually Arya getting to do it would just be like, I don't know, the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
That would be cool.
Right. But they went against everything and were like, fan service, throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's just let these incest twins die together.
Ugh. Julia, my friend, snapped me today. She's watching Game of Thrones, and there's a scene where Jaime literally says, like earlier in the series, Jaime literally says, like, how do you want how do you want to go? And he says, like, in the arms of the woman I love. And it's like, fucking bullshit. It's like, well, why did we let him die that way?
Yeah.
They have the same haircut.
All those kids.
What? All of their kids?
All of their kids.
Well, that's why I made that. This is like no one cares. But in Carnival Row, like one of the flaws that I didn't like is because the girl pulling the strings of Carnival Row, it's like, what is your motives here? Like, who cares? Like, I don't believe in your motives. But Cersei literally had a prophecy that was like, all your kids are going to fucking die. Like, all this stuff. So Cersei's like working against it. Like, she has motive where like, that's why she's one of the best villains of all time. And then they just didn't do much with her in season 8. Like, she had like 3 lines. It's upsetting. Yeah, I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know. I just thought she was so well written for so long, and then they just like pieced.
They're like, we're ending the show. So
yeah, we're not going to give her any lines.
Yeah.
We'll give her a break. We'll pay you $5 million, but you don't have to do much. Just stand there. The same haircut you've been having for years and years and years.
Hair hasn't grown.
No. Like, not even an inch. Like, you keeping that haircut?
She just keeps getting lice.
No mirrors there. She keeps getting lice. There's an outbreak of lice.
She doesn't keep getting that
in
same
King's Landing
haircut.
Did you know? That's and an extra. Julie learned that in an extra. There's a lot of lice in King's Landing. That's why everyone has short hair. Okay,
anyways.
next. Okay, this is where we've got the moat. So, like, the moat and the stakes. And I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, when they're just getting speared, not bad.
Not bad.
But the genius boys, the dead boys, pile themselves on top. But when the Night King stops everybody, okay, this is really where the Night King enters.
So this is where he comes in. Okay.
Yeah. Like, Bran wargs out.
As a pigeon. Or
as a pigeon.
As a crow.
My note is literally Bran is weird. Because it's just Bran and Theon having this like little conversation. Then he's like, I'm out, and works. So he goes.
He just gets so weird as like the show goes on. Bran is like he's like,
yeah,
Theon, you're a great man. I'm going to go now. Just rolls his eyes in the back of his head. Now he's a freaking crow.
In the second episode, I want to say, or the end of the first of the season, Jaime shows up to Winterfell to warn them that Cersei's not coming, etc. The first person Jaime sees when he gets to Winterfell is Bran. And of course, the last time they saw him, he pushed him out of the window. Oh, it's epic. So then they have Jaime pretty much in front of everyone of Winterfell, everyone of importance. And it's basically Sansa, Bran, Jaime, and Dany making the decision. And Dany wants to kill him because he killed her father. Mm-hmm. But everyone else is vouching for him because Brienne vouches. And then Jaime says something, and then Bran just looks at him and goes, the things we do for love, which is what he said when he pushed him out the window. Yeah. I was like, okay, Bran's one-liners are fucking epic.
Yeah.
Like, truly, truly epic.
That was just horrible.
I know. First episode.
Jaime Lannister grows too, man, because you just hate him in the beginning.
Well, that's another thing. It's like he bangs Brienne and everyone's like, yeah. And then he just ends up going back to Cersei and it's like, meow. Hate to say it. Bran works out and we see the Night King and he's pretty much commanding everyone to stand still. Like all of the walkers. I'm calling them walkers because that's what they call them in Walking Dead. I don't know. Fuck it. The walkers. We have all of our people from behind the trenches because Melisandre lit the trenches too as well because they could. It's like so cold and whatever that they can't get the trenches lit by the flames. So she lights it. It's on fire. There's stakes and all the walkers are just standing there. It's so fucking eerie. Everyone's looking like, this is literally hard.
Truly.
And then they're already dead, so they just pile on top of it, and so they can just run the fuck in.
They're dead, and they just are brilliant as well.
Genius dead people.
They're just so smart.
Absolutely genius.
The Night King comes in on the freaking dragon that was stolen, which is just
stolen.
It was just
thief.
It's just insane.
Yeah,
I mean, he turns it into a White Walker.
I know it's kind of bullshit, but. I mean, I like it anyway. I kept referring to him as Blastoise. It's like Blastoise versus Charizard in the air. That's the only way I can. Or Silver Dragon, but that doesn't really make sense either.
What is it blowing?
See, that's
ice?
I was saying like Ice Dragon, Silver Dragon, Blastoise because it's like water Pokemon. But yeah, it could be like just like death. Electricity, water, like I don't know. It's just blue fire maybe.
Well, there is blue fire, so
yeah.
If it's really hot.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, I like the CGI on the. It's like the wings are ripped and
the Night King has like a charmingness to him.
The Night King is a smug bastard, which is what my Snapchat said last night. The Night King like
charming.
had his walkers like do a deep scuba dive to get a chain. They found a chain somehow to get the dead dragon out of the fucking water it fell in when it died. It was like, oh yeah, how'd you get that?
They're genius. I mean,
I know.
There's no other.
The dragons weren't eating because they were so sad because he was dead. Their brother was dead.
Oh, I remember.
Oh yeah,
it was a dark time. It's a dark time.
Okay, I was just gonna you're right. I was just about to dive into like the first 2 episodes. Let's not.
See, you can't. It's just too much. It's like then you feel like you just watched a movie and you have to talk about the whole thing.
I know. They're all movies. Like the next 3, I'm good. I watched the first 3. I might as well just watch the next 3 because I've only seen season 8 once. But they're each an hour and a half.
Well, just rewatching this made me want to rewatch the entire series.
I know. It is so good.
It's a really good show.
It's really surprising how good it is, like just genre wise for me. I watch a lot of shit like this, but like I loved The Witcher, which is similar. Like I loved certain things like that, but I just can't believe the phenomenon it rose. My friend nephew Luke likes to say you'll never see something that was such a phenomenon throughout every single person in the world just die overnight like you will again. Like it'll never happen again. Like they botched it so hard. Luke is like, oh my god, he hates it so much. He's like, it's almost ruining the show for him. That season 8. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Luke, fuck off.
I love you, Luke. But no, he'll say like, it's just insane. You've like, I never see anything Game of Thrones. Like it just ended and that was that. It was like everyone was pissed, so then it just goes away, disappears. Isn't that crazy? Like you should still be seeing things.
True.
I mean, no, I don't know.
Well, you're not really seeing things about anything. When's the last time you seen anything about like Stranger Things?
And that's still going on.
I know. It's just fucking COVID, man.
So the dead at this point have finally invaded the castle. And the Hound has been being a huge baby this entire episode. Like clamming
Absolutely,
up. Yeah. Arya's had to save him, whatever. She saves him yet again with that cool weapon. Like we said, Gendry, our boy, made it for her. I love that. I love that she created her. She like drew her own weapon up and was like, just make it. Like she was being so funny to Gendry. It was leading up to a hookup.
100%.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. Like something about seeing Arya's like side profile boob. I'm like, I don't love this, even though like, go girl. I know you're like my age. She seems like my baby Arya Stark still. They don't. I feel like they knew that, so they didn't give you like a front tit shot.
Yeah,
because you do see her boobs. Like you totally do. Just the one like side profile. But I'm like, I mean, like, go sis, love it,
go sis.
But you're also like my baby girl. I don't know about that, but love it. Her and Gendry, hot. I'm into it. I love when she's like, what's your number, basically? And he's like, I'm not telling. She's like, what is your number? And he's like, 3.
Yeah.
It's good. Anyway, this is the big death number 2. Lyanna gets fucking yeeted. And
but she
she's
dies
like,
a hero.
She just screams on the ground, like in his face. This epic scream. He lifts her up. She's got her dragon glass. Just bop right in the eyeball, shatter, but she's dead. I'm assuming she dies on impact of his hand just like slamming her into the ground.
Yeah. He like crushes her body
Probably.
when he picks her up.
It's epic.
She dies a hero. She's
watching it live. I just like, they're gonna.
Well, just because she's such a badass in the scenes that she's in building up to this, like even in prior seasons, that you're just like, you ride for her. You don't want to see her go.
Yeah, I love her. Like, but still, you've refused to call. Like, she's so stupid. That's my British accent. Yeah, so this next scene is Arya doing a dance with the walker in the library. I love this scene. I was holding my breath this entire stuff. I really thought Arya was going to die this episode. Yep. Truly, she had so many close calls. And she's just slowly moving her way around this library, and I was geeking out. I'm like, do not die in this way,
I know.
my girl.
And then when she gets under the table and the blood's dripping from her forehead, and it's just like, fuck. Although, how the fuck does she get out of there unseen?
I know. She's mostly doomed the entire ep and fought her ass off, so she deserves the end kill. Like, she really does. But in the last thing after the episode, D&D say like for 3 years they had Arya. They knew Arya was going to kill the Night King. Like, they knew it. They said that the beauty of having so many characters in this is that they were hoping that you were forgetting about Arya enough because there's so many. Like, they're flashing to Jon, they're flashing to Jaime and Brienne and Pod and everyone else. You're supposed to forget about Arya long enough that when she comes in for the last kill, it's like you weren't even thinking about her in that moment. And it's so true.
It is so true because she runs out of like whatever room that the three of them are in. And you just you don't know where she's going. You just like totally forget. What's the witch's name?
Melisandre.
Yeah, she's like, what does God say?
What do we say to the god of death?
Yeah. And
Not
she's
today.
like, not today.
I mean, it's like one of the best. I watched that and I texted the boys last night in my group chat and I said, put that on my tombstone. And I said, when I fake my death, because not today. So stupid. So the Hound saves Arya after the library because she pretty much gets attacked from both sides. This is where Beric Dondarrion gets dead.
Destroyed.
So this is where the Hound, Arya, and Melisandre are in one room, and Arya's like, I know you as the girl who tried to fuck my boyfriend. No, she doesn't say that, but
she should have.
She's jealous because she put leeches all over Gendry.
Yeah.
So we find out that this is pretty much Beric's prophecy fulfilled. He's died, I don't know, 1 million times in this comeback for this moment, and Melisandre says that's his prophecy fulfilled. And pretty much this whole thing is Melisandre's prophecy as well, as you see by the last shot of the episode is her just turning to dust, taking the necklace off and turning to dust, which is so dope. But she says brown eyes, green eyes, blue eyes, like eyes shall shut forever, which was the prophecy she gave Arya. Like, you're going to shut many eyes forever, all those 3 eyes. And she does. She knew it.
She does.
I love the idea of a prophecy. I think it's so amazing.
Yeah. And even still, when she said that, like, at least for me, I still didn't think anything. Like, I did not think that Arya was going to kill him.
No. I mean, I would assume Arya has killed all 3 already, but I actually Googled it today because I wanted to see. And I think Green Eyes was the one that was still up in the air, but there were like, I just read the titles because I was like rushing in the middle of like meetings today at work because I was like, who were the blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes? But people have said she actually has. But I didn't click it, so I don't know who is who.
Oh.
I'm sure there's 1 million brown eyes that she's killed. Sure. Million blue. I don't know about green. She can kill me. I mean, eyes.
Blue. It was everyone that she
those green
fucked
eyes.
up before. She fucked up a bunch of blue-eyed White Walkers.
Sure. True.
All right. So, I don't want to jump ahead. What's your...
So, the Night King versus Jon right now. Ice Dragon, Fire Dragon, Charizard, Blastoise. Yep. All of them. Jon gets yeeted off his dragon. Night King yeeted off his as well. But the Night King, like, Jon, like, falls off the dragon from when the dragon was, like, on the ground. Yeah. The Night King falls 1,000 feet and probably just lands right on his fucking feet.
He's looking at them as he falls. Oh, epic.
Yeah. So Danny Dracarys is the shit out of him. And he just comes out. And I'm like...
that part is badass, though, on his part.
Speak about, like, the unburnt. Our girl Danny. What he pulled a Danny on her. Walking out of that fire. I'm just like, deuces, bitch. And then he goes like this. He turns around and he raises the roof. And he rises all the dead.
Sickening. And then your anxiety's just through the fucking roof because you're like, there's no way that Jon is going to survive this. So he does that when he sees that Jon's coming towards him.
Oh, Jon is sprinting at him. I mean, he turned around and was already doing that.
Yeah.
Because famously, I think, and Matt, you could tell me right or wrong, if you kill a walker who had turned other walkers, then they die as well. It's like a trickle down effect.
I was wondering if they're all part of a hive mind.
They are. So I don't know if it's at that lower level because the long-haired dudes have turned a lot of people. So it's like if you kill a long-haired dude, I think people die. But if you kill the Night King, they all die because he turned every single one of them. So he's not dead. Fire absolutely does not kill him.
No.
And he raised it. I don't like this because so this matchup of Walker, the whites versus the dead versus the alive, right? The dead have killed probably half of the alive by now. I'm just ballparking it. Maybe a quarter, maybe half. Mm-hmm. So now, not only is like, say they were even at first, now they're all risen again and they have the half that they killed. Like, there's just no way. I like to think that the timing of Arya, it's not a 1-for-1 where like it wasn't that whole, probably an hour between when he rises them again and when I don't know if he marches straight to Bran, but I hate that because I'm like, there's just no way everyone would be so dead. But
well, especially because it's just Jon.
I mean, Jon and Danny surrounded by a bajillion fucking walkers.
Yeah, exactly.
But I love this moment for 2 things. I hate it, but I love it for Lyanna's eyes opening. Needed that. everyone was guessing that somebody was going to come back as a White Walker. Yep. It was like, I mean, you only get the eye open. You don't see anything cool besides that. Like, you don't see her fuck anybody up, which would be
like
dope.
She ends up being a White Walker.
Yeah, because people were predicting that, so that came true. And so, oh my God, everyone waking up, the dead waking up in the crypt was so dope. Like, all of those like unsuspecting innocents
coming
down
out
there,
of the walls,
dude. They're goners, which has some of my favorite moments in the next like spiel coming up.
It's fucking crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
No, it is like the same exact thing that you said. Like I was thinking the same thing. It's just like you can't like pick apart a show. Like it is what it is. But like 100%, he just rose all of those. So you had the original White Walkers and the people that they just killed. That's millions of people you got right there. Like if the army itself was probably, I don't know, 500 people. And they all died. They're goners.
500 people?
I don't know, 1 million.
It's like 500,000 people. Not really. I would say somewhere in the middle.
Whatever.
500 people could fill this house, sister.
Nuh-uh.
500 people could fill this house.
No.
You could put 100 people in this room. Standing up. Sardines.
Yes, sardines. Yeah, I guess. Okay. So
yeah, but
500,000.
think of how big Winterfell is.
All right.
I wasn't trying to argue.
I mean, if I guess like how many Hershey Kisses are in a thing, I'll be wrong.
Me too.
I would do like 50 and it's always like 700.
Me too.
So.
Okay.
It's fine. It's 500,000 people. It's just the limit does not exist. They would be.
That is the true answer. The limit does not motherfucking
There'd just
exist.
be so many dead people just killing.
Can I take us through this next part?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is where the slow piano music starts playing. Shit's about to fucking go down.
Yeah.
So we're in the crypt, and Tyrion and Sansa share this really very intense last look. Sansa pulls out the knife Arya gave her. Tyrion grabs her hand and kisses it. Like, swoon, do I ship these two? Like, maybe, honestly. We get flashes of everyone fighting. Even Dany has a motherfucking sword at this point, trying to pull her weight. Like, you're not doing anything, sis. You'd be so dead. I would love to see Dany swing a sword, swing a bat for that. Give her a bat. Let me pitch to her. I don't know. I don't think she pulls her weight at all. I think she's entitled, but
she got dragons. Okay, you don't.
Okay, you got the dragons. You don't have a fucking sword. Okay, and then so we're back in the just as a touch base. The named characters in the crypt, while everyone is coming alive, all the dead people are Sansa, Tyrion, Missandei, Gilly, and Varys, and of course little baby Sam. Yeah. You can't forget. But those are like no one dies down there. Spoiler alert. But so Jon's running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He's fighting people, running away from Silver Dragon. Like he should be dead too. Everyone should be dead. I call bullshit. Meanwhile, Bran is still taking a nap while the Night King rolls up squad deep with his boys. Absolutely zero issues. He's just like walking in, like nothing in his way. Him and the long hair boys,
dude,
coming up.
They're like a fucking cover band. What are they?
Okay. Then we've got Jaime. It's like, oh, forgot Jaime was here with his one hand fighting people. Brienne, Pod. They're just reminding us of who's still left, which is good because there's so many people.
Because we don't know.
Brienne of Tarth, Knight of the motherfucking Seven Kingdoms. Brienne.
Queen, yeah.
I was literally crying last night when I was watching her when Jaime knighted her. I was like, yeah. Yes.
It's sweet.
It's earned.
It's very earned.
Well, she's like so mousy about it when she's like, Tyrion says Sir Brienne or something, and she's like, wait, are you not a knight? Like, why? And Tormund's like, I would fucking knight you 10 times over because he's so fucking creepy and loves Brienne so much. You know, Tormund's already. Okay. But yeah, so then Jaime's like, you don't need a king to knight someone, I'll show you. Fucking God. So lit. Okay, so then this is where Bran calls Theon a good man.
You're a great man, Theon.
Yeah, and then he pole vaults.
That
right
wasn't a
into
clip either. That was me.
That was Julie.
That was good.
That was really good.
I know.
Pole vaults right into the Night King. Like he
like literally looks like if I tried out for track and tried to do that on like a
very fucking dead. Like were you shooting for over top because you went straight in. R.I.P. Theon. That's our last one to die.
I mean, he's actually still like alive when he got stabbed.
Yeah,
because him and the Night King like lock eyes.
A lot of eye contact with the Night King. He loves eye contact,
dude. That's what I'm saying. He's like low key, like like he's like low key, like kind of like okay, couple tequilas.
But yeah, this is the face off. They both wanted to make this very dramatic. The Night King and Bran. They're just like, you go first. You make the first move.
And like you're just like, fuck, is Bran about so the reason that I even at this scene first time watching it thought that Bran was the Night King was because like his eyes his eyes are open.
There's like some
it's just
evidence.
Like weird. Like it looks like it's like meeting your alter ego.
There was something about a necklace or something jewelry wise or on his clothes that people were like, that's the same. Like they're both wearing it, but he's not.
I wish that the Night King was someone we knew though. Like he's just the Night King.
Yeah.
When Bran starts getting his like powers, which like I don't even know what they are, but you see like the Night King get turned into the Night King, and I just like wish it was someone we knew because they don't like show.
I mean, he's just been slowly building his army beyond the wall.
Know him.
Well, he will make eye contact with you and he will get to know you, sis. Just let him kill you and you'll turn. Give him your firstborn babies to eat and they will love you.
At least I'll have blue eyes.
So the moment before, watching Arya just fly in from the dark, her face appear in the dark over the Night King's shoulder and him just catch her by the throat.
Well, and it's like you see like it before it gets to that, you see his little like homies, they turn their head
like a hair.
Yeah.
The hair like moves. Where the fuck did she come from? A tree?
Yeah, like they just look over and there's nothing there, and then there you just see her fucking he grabs her by the neck, she does a fake out, drops her knife, and then catches it with the other hand and stabs him in the stomach.
Consistent knife trickery work with Arya. She has like that dope moment the season prior with Brienne where they're sparring and Brienne like has her and then she flips her knife from one hand to the other and like fake stabs her in the neck and then Brienne's like, oh child. So it's all very consistent and I'm glad my girl got the moment. Like come on.
It's like perfect because you see him shatter and then all of them shatter and then it goes to Daenerys and Jon and everyone around. They're like fighting this like dramatic battle and all of them just go down.
Could you imagine the cleanup?
Oh God. I mean, at that point you just
Ice
build
cubes.
a new castle.
Let it melt.
It's never gonna melt.
I know. So cold there because winter
How
came.
many slip and falls do you think?
500. It's one for every person.
Well, now that's about right. There's about 500 people left.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's pushing it. Maybe 2.
You just start fires, just burn the whole place down.
Yeah. I mean, what do you do if your son's at home? Crying all alone.
Because he's hungry and you don't know when to feed him. Sleep with a man for a little bit. Yeah, but
That
he is dead.
Who
the
is?
Night King. Anyway, so you don't see Jorah fall in battle. You just get the aftermath of him dying. So that was the 5th. That's who it is. And fucking, I love Jorah. And Dany.
Me too.
Again, in the after episode, D&D talk about just this is how Jorah would want to go. He loved Dany so much and he could never be with her. And if he had to pick a way to go, it would be this fighting for her honor. And Dany loved him. I think they were each other's one true love.
Agreed.
I really do. I don't buy Dany and Jon for 1 second. I'm like, ew, especially because they're aunt and nephew. Disgusting. But
you know,
I just don't see the tension there.
No,
I've seen sexual tension with Dany before, just not with Jon. I don't see it with. I liked Ygritte better than Jon. I was like, Jon's not who I'm
and they're
into.
together in real life, which is just great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't see the love. I think they were just together because they were both like on top and they felt like it was right.
How can they both be on top?
Oh my God. I knew you were going to go there. Like the way you looked at me, it was like that's immediately where your mind went. I could see it in your eyes.
Sex.
Got her victory dance.
Anyways.
What's
Just
sex?
you. Yeah.
Oh. Sex.
Damn, I was going to say something and now I just totally lost my
Yeah,
train
I
of
was
thought.
wrong with the 5. It's technically 6 people die if you count Melisandre, but she didn't die in battle, so that's why I wasn't counting her. But yeah, so Jorah dies, and then Melisandre takes off her necklace while she's walking out. It's like, it's dawn now. And Ser Jorah is like wielding his... He has his hand on the sheath, ready to fuck her up and be like, I told you not to come back here, y'all. And then... She just died anyway. But Ser Davos was gonna finish the job. Did I say Jorah before?
Yeah.
Davos.
He's just on your mind.
Always.
Yeah.
Jorah on the mind.
He had the brick thing, right? Or like the stone thing.
Grayscale.
Yeah.
Grayscale, they couldn't get him, but the walkers did. Died
I mean,
for
he fought a good battle.
Things you do for love.
Yeah.
Things I do for love. Jamie was hot in the beginning, and he is not hot later. Like, I don't know if it's like the whole fucking his sister, the whole series thing.
That could be it.
But I don't find him attractive. I can't believe by the end how just open they are about it. Like, Tyrion and Jamie are just having straight up conversations about how Jamie was fucking his sister. They're like talking about how sane they are or something like that. And Tyrion's like, I don't know. Or Jamie's like, I don't know, Tyrion. The only friend you had was banging his sister. Like, something like that. Like, you're right, dude. Like, were you sane? I don't know. But
you ain't sane.
You ain't sane.
That was a great recap, I would say. That's the best we've ever done.
I tried to. I feel like I talked too much.
No, I'm glad you did because I didn't take as...
You know what I hate? When I'm going through something and Julie's texting.
It happened like one It
makes me feel like when I stop talking, you're not going to know what I said and you're not going to answer, so then I keep talking.
Do you see the blame? Like, she's literally blaming me for her talking.
No. I'm just like telling you where my anxiety comes from.
I'm glad your mic keeps falling. You're going to be on the ground.
I'm falling, but I can't get up. This is my own insecurities coming out. This mic stand is a metaphor for my insecurities.
It's like you're melting. All right, that wraps it up. No, I was...
Okay, ready? We love you. That's Game of Thrones. I wonder how it's going to end.
Game of Thrones.
When's next season come out?
This has been My Favorite Episode Of. My Favorite Episode Of is produced by Matt Kelly as part of the Geekscape Network and hosted by Julie and Kathleen. Check out our show notes for all of our socials and email us at myfavoriteepisodepodcast@gmail.com. Rate, review, and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting apps, and we'll be back next week with another episode of My Favorite Episode Of.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network. You're listening to the Geekscape Network.